All right. So, Jeff, I know that you graduated from City Vision University in 2016 in nonprofit management. Could you just tell me a little bit of your testimony, your story, how God brought you to where you are and how City Vision was a part of that journey?
Sure. Well, my life's kind of broken up into three parts: the before Christ, the after Christ, and then the understanding what it means to live in Christ. So up until I was 25, I learned how to work hard and play hard. I was extremely successful at a very young age because I worked my rear end off and made sure that everything I did was to the top, or I learned what the boss wanted and did it well, is really what it was. But I knew how to party, but I made it to work, which is what most of my friends didn't do. So they would call in, so it made it easy to move up. Then at age 25, came to realize that I needed to follow the Lord. He caught me basically at the bottom of my totem pole, bottom of my rope, because I had let everything go. Finally decided couldn't work anymore, I guess. I don't know. I just lost my job, lost my will, got saved at the age of 25, turned my life around. My wife and I, my girlfriend at that time, got married. The next 20 years were based on living for Christ in my head, but not necessarily in my heart, or didn't actually let it be a part of my work life. So I worked hard. I was still kind of a jerk as a boss. I figured it was my way or the highway. Was still very, very successful in whatever I did. Moved to the top of the ladder in a very large corporation by the time it was all said and done. About 4 years ago, New Mexico was a vice president of operations for a corporation that ran 25 restaurants, but didn't get my time with my family, didn't get time to worship on Sundays. I've been doing it for about a year where I was supposed to get Sundays off. Didn't happen. Told my boss it's time for me to get my notice if I'm not going to get Sundays off. That night, I found a Craigslist opening for a job in Colorado Springs. Didn't know it was Colorado Springs at the time. Just saw a food services director in a ministry. My wife and I looked at each other and thought, wow, this job description fits me perfectly. And we didn't know anything existed like that. So we continued to move forward with zero income coming in. It happened to be at the same time the Black Forest fires happened in Colorado Springs. Took 6 months for me to get hired on. So we lived off of what I had left in my 401k. Didn't have a dime to move up here. Moved up here, bought a house, moved my children and everybody up here. And after all was said and done, we didn't have any debt. So we knew it was from the Lord, because nobody moves from one state to the next without money and buys a house without any debt. Took over in a position where we had a rudimentary culinary training program and a small catering company that actually lost money at the time, but we were feeding the homeless. And so I got brought in. I realized that we needed to make some changes, made some huge changes to the program. We now have certified culinary education coming through here. We've built a catering company that now produces about $400,000 annual revenue. And we're adding more social enterprises as we go. But more importantly, what I've learned how to do is incorporate my faith and my business and my walk all together while still spending time with my family. I work hard, but I make sure I have my time set aside correctly. That's where we're at now.
Yeah, that's great. And tell me, how did City Vision University in your program help you kind of take things to the next level in that?
That's a great question. So City Vision, I started in, the fall of 2015, basically because I had been on the 27-year plan to get my degree finally. And I was going to do MBA back in the day, business, but realized I'm more focused towards nonprofit. My heart is in the nonprofit. And so when I saw a degree for nonprofit management, I didn't even know it existed. But everything about it is basically a business degree for nonprofit. And so I jumped on it. And then every single time I took a class, it seemed to fit exactly with what was going on in my career at the time. Every job, everything. So when it came time to do the social enterprise class, it happened to be at the same time we were building our catering company up. and at a time when we're starting to work on building a concept for working with the city to hire the homeless. So we have all these social enterprise concepts coming together, and I'm learning about it while I'm doing it. So every single time City Vision courses came up, it was something that worked perfectly alongside of the work I was doing. I've never seen anything like that. I've been in many different colleges. I've gone to different online courses, like I said, 27 years, 4 different times. And it's the first time I've been in a college where it seemed to fit perfectly with life.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, it's been amazing to see what God's done in your life and to see that now you're giving back and making a difference in everyone's life. So that's what it's all about. So thanks a lot, Jeff.
Thank you.